Okay, so we have two hypotheses. First one is people who drink caffeinated beverages will have a lesser heart rate change than people who don't drink them on an average basis. After exercising 5 minutes on the treadmill at 5% incline and 3 miles per hour than people who exercise less than 2 hours per week. Our second hypothesis was people who exercise greater than 2 hours per week will have a smaller heart rate change than people.
So, how did we collect our data?
So the students all went to the fitness center, got on a treadmill, set it to a 5% incline at 3 miles per hour, and measured their heartbeat afterwards and 5 minutes later.
Okay, so how did we collect our data for the Monster Energy drink?
Well, so the BioLab 202 group took their resting heart rate, and then we drank 100 milliliters of Monster, and we waited 30 minutes, and then we took our heart rate again.
Okay, in unseren Studien haben wir herausgefunden, dass regelmäßiges Training den Herzrhythmus 5 bis 25 Mal per Minute mindern kann. Und
And what she was saying is kind of what it sounds like when we look into all these different scientific studies. It sounds like a foreign language. To kind of translate it to basic English, what she was saying is the heart is a muscle. And if you exercise this muscle, you can build it up. So then when you need it, it doesn't have to work as hard to do the same amount of energy, versus someone who doesn't work out, their heart is going to have to work a lot harder to do it. So that explains why there's a discrepancy in the heart rate change between people who work out 2 hours or more and people who do not.
So this is the data that we collected regarding the people who work out more than 2 hours a week versus the people who work out less than 2 hours a week. And as you can see, the data shows that for those who work out more than 2 hours, their heart rate dropped, and whereas the ones who did not work out, their heart rate went up when they were exercising. So this is a graph showing the consumption of caffeine and the effect on heart rate. It looks like there was a 2% change for those who do not drink caffeine habitually, and that change was down, which was not expected. Whereas the average for those who habitually drink caffeine went up by 10%. So the background information on caffeine is that it is a stimulant, and it does activate the central nervous system. It releases adrenaline, which obviously is going to increase heart rate. Okay, so to summarize the results of our project regarding the heart rate increase with caffeine consumption, obviously our hypothesis was wrong. We do feel that there are reasons for that. Number one, probably the biggest reason, human error. Whether or not they took their heart rate values correctly, or they waited enough time, whatever. Also, possibly that there just wasn't enough time for the full effects of the caffeine to be felt by the individual. Third one, possibly there was just an insufficient amount of caffeine for each person for them to have the full effects happen. As far as the results for our exercise and the heart rate, conclusions to that, we were correct. Our hypothesis was that there would be a lesser change for people who exercise 2 or more hours per week versus those who did not. And in fact, our studies or our research did conclude that as well.